Hello and welcome to this video podcast. My name is Jessika. I have a knitting and crafting podcast here on YouTube that I have been like 16 I think episodes in Swedish, but I want to try to make this podcast in English instead. I don't know if I'm gonna do one episode in English and another episode in Swedish, or if I want to add subtitles, or just doing it in English, because I want to reach out to more people, and I think it's a lovely community out there with crafting and knitting and everything, so I want to reach out for more people, and I also want to share a little bit more about my life, because I'm living on an island in the Baltic Sea that is called Gotland, and we try to live as close to nature as possible. We try to grow our own food and everything like that. So, and living in Sweden is an opportunity to go with the seasons, and yeah, I want to share those things with you as well. So not only the crafting that I'm doing, but also sharing some things from my life. So with the crafting, I am a very creative person, and I'm doing a lot of things for my day job as an optometrist in Visby, and so that's what I'm doing full time. But in every time when I'm in my free time, I'm doing a lot of crafts and things like that. So I'm knitting, but I'm sewing and I'm spinning yarn. I dye natural dyes on fabrics and on yarn and things like that. Maybe some embroidery, and yeah, all those crafts with textiles I really love to do. Those things I want to show here as a little vlog, or like a diary, like a notebook where what I have done, and showing my things. But it's me and my partner and their 2 cats. We're living on a small farm on the countryside of Gotland, and we are living on a little farm, you can say, and it's like 2 houses. Me and my partner are living in one house, and my parents and their dog is living in the other house, so it's a pretty huge space we are sharing. And the house where we're living in was built 200 years ago, so it's a pretty old buildings that we're living in. It have a lot of history, and we have some lands, we have a little bit of a forest, and we have some land to grow things on. So we don't have any animals excepting for 2 cats and a dog, but we're lending some of the land for some cows during the summer. And there's living a lot of wild animals here. We see a lot of rabbits, hares, and foxes showing up sometimes, and all the small birds and bugs and yeah, butterflies and everything like that is living here as well. But we also are beekeepers, so it's living a lot of bees in this little farm as well. So yeah, we're beekeepers, and I also want to show about that things as well. So that was a bit of an introduction of me and of us. So I want to do this in segments, so I'm thinking about starting with the usual things that I'm usually talking about in my Swedish episodes, like talking about the crafts, and I'm thinking about making like segments for you, so it's easy to change the segments if you want to skip some parts, or yeah. So come along and see what I've been crafting. But I also want to mention what I'm wearing today. It's still pretty hot. It's middle August here in Sweden, and we have had a pretty rainy times the last couple of weeks, but it's also very warm. It's almost like the humidity is very high. So today I'm wearing a dress, a linen dress. The design is the zero waist gathered dress by Birgitta Helmersson. And this is a dress that I made a couple of years ago in a very nice linen fabric. So, and you will see that my colors are like the rust oranges, rust orange colors, and greens and beige and browns. That's really my colors. So very neutrals, like not neutrals, but like close to nature, I would say. So that's what I'm wearing today, and it's actually pretty hot, only this one because it's have long sleeves and everything, but that was what I can come up to today. So I have two knitted pieces to show you today that I have finished during the last weeks, and this is a cardigan that I've been working on for quite some time now. This is the Field Day cardigan by Osetta, and I think that I was starting this in March or April this year, but now in the summertime, when I have a little bit of vacation from my day job, now I want to finish this, so I finished the cardigan, and I have already worn it a couple of times, and I'm gonna take some better pictures to show you how it looks on. Let's talk about the yarn. And the yarn I brought from Woollentwine, and it's a BFL Masham DK base in the colorway Almond. So I think this is a very nice beige color for me, like a very nice color to match with dresses and with everything. The design is knitted from the top down, but you have a very nice construction. You're knitting the neckband and the bottom band in the same time as you're knitting the cardigan, and it has some nice shapings and details in the back. So the shoulder seam is sitting not in the shoulder but in the back actually, and you pick up the sleeves, and you're working a pretty long rib in the hem, and yeah, it looks quite basic, but it's an intricate design. Actually, it's a very nice design, and this is the first pattern that I have been knitting from Osetta, but I have a few more in my queue that I want to make. And I was just adding 4 bottoms. I don't think I like this. I like the color, but I don't like the plastic feel that this gives. So maybe I will change them for some wooden bottoms. I'm really in love with this design and the outcome of this cardigan, even if it took a lot of time to knit and to make, but I really love this. So I'm gonna wear it a ton, and I think I need another one in another colorway maybe. So Field Day cardigan is finished. And then I also have a little knitted piece to show you. and it's a pretty new design by Sjösvärd. And this is a little shawl in lace and cables. It is called Embla shawl, and I think it's a very nice little shawl, and I think I haven't worn it actually because it has been too hot for wearing it, but I think I'm gonna wear it as a little scarf like this. I think it would be nice for the autumn, just layering a little bit around the neck, or I think you're able to use it in the hair as well. I don't know how it looks like when I have this on, but maybe you can wear it like a band over your ears and give it a little bit chilly in the ears, and yeah. So it have a very nice simple but yet elegant pattern. And I made this, the sample in the pattern is, I think, with four rows, or like panels, 4 panels of the cables. I made 3 panels to make it a little bit shorter, but you can make it as big or small that you want. This little shawl is like 50 grams of a DK yarn, and this yarn is a BFL Gotland base. DK base is from Valborg, and the color is Tanbark. And I really like both the color, and it's very soft and gentle to touch and to the skin. So I think I'm gonna wear this a lot during the autumn. So now on to what I'm knitting on right now. I have made a Wayfarer raglan from Liv Ulven before, and in a marled combination of Nutiden yarn, and now I'm making another version in one color. So, and my first version of my Wayfarer raglan, I made like a turtleneck, like a half turtleneck, and this one I'm making a double folded neck instead, so a little bit yeah, another detail in the neck, and it's a quite basic raglan construction, but I like how it fitted my body, and the measurements and everything was just perfect for my body. So I have knitted to the armholes, so I have split for the armholes, and I'm knitted like 1 or 2 centimeters, and now it's just plain stockinette. And for the main yarn is Nutiden yarn from Höner Eir in this deep, rich blue black colorway that is called Omge, like surround maybe. And I'm pairing it with mohair, like a mohair yarn that is, I think, is very good together actually, and making a very nice fabric. And this mohair I brought from the Danish company garnspecialisten, yarn specialist maybe, that I brought on a cone. So it's mohair on a cone, that's why I have balled it up. So it's not silk mohair, but it's mohair with a little bit of polyamide, I guess, but it's nice to the touch and I don't feel it's itchy. I hope it will work. I'm just trying because it was a cheaper alternative than silk mohair, even if I like the feel of the silk. Yeah, I wanted to try it. So, and I think that was very nice combination for the yarn. So I'm working on this also like a basic stable piece in my wardrobe, and I actually have a knitted garment, like a knit sweater in this color, in this dark navy blue, in my wardrobe right now, that I brought secondhand, and I'm using it so much that it's almost tearing apart. So I need to make me one because I like this color. I'm not a blue person in general, but this dark navy blue I think fits nice with my hair and everything. I'm also knitting on another cardigan, and this is the beginning of no frills cardigan from Petite Knit, and this is also a combination of Nutiden and silk mohair. So this Nutiden is the colorway Skogsrå. That is my absolutely favorite color of Nutiden, that for that time that I have been a Patreon. So those who know me knows that Nutiden is my favorite yarn, and it's an unspun yarn from Höner Eir, and I have a pretty good stash with that yarn, and I always have at least one project with Nutiden ongoing for knitting the whole time. Now I have 3 projects ongoing with Nutiden. So this is the second piece then. So I'm working with the raglan and the increases for the body, and yeah, this is a pretty slow project as well, because this is on needles 3 millimeters. I guess in the pattern it calls for 4.5 millimeters, and a DK weight yarn, I guess, but I didn't get gauge with that, so I'm knitting with 3 millimeter needles and the smaller size to get my size, because I'm off gauge. And I'm pairing the Nutiden with silk mohair from Knitting for Olive, and this is like heaven. So yeah, this is such a big difference between this one and the blue one, but yeah. And yeah, so it's slow process working on this one. Even if the rounds are not so long yet, it takes a lot of time to make some progress on this one. But I really love the color and I want to wear it, so I'm doing it slowly. And my newest project that I have started for the knitting is a pretty new design that is called Heirloom Quilt Cardigan, and that is made up with a cardigan made up with squares of this quilt pattern, and then they're sewn together and attaching sleeves and bottom bands and hems and things like that. So I'm working this in Nutiden as well, and I'm just working on the squares. So I'm working on with different colors, and so far I have like 5 maybe. So if I remember correctly now, this colorway, the brown one, is meaning paired with Eldsjäl, the orange one, and I'm knitting it with 2 strands together, back and forth. A little bit of an intarsia, but back and forth, forming little needles, off gauge, but I think it will turn out okay. And these colorways are Sade and Masculine. And this we have to be Eldsjäl and Solglimt. Solvända is there. And Mening and Sade. And this is Tålmodig and this is Tålmodig and Masculine. So I have a few of those squares, and this is like basically the colors that I'm gonna add. I think I need to make at least 2 with the same colorways. So I'm working on that. Need a lot more, but this is the start. And for the sleeves, I'm thinking about using the colorway Cardigan, that is a darker version of the rust orange. I don't think I have it here. Yes, I have it here. This is the rust orange that I'm thinking about using for the sleeves and for the finishing touches. So that's a slow project, and some plans. What I'm planning for the knitting is that I have made some swatches. So I have made a little swatch with also Nutiden, surprise. This is Nutiden in the colorway, I think it's Rågad. There is a very light beige one with some hints of grey. So this is a little swatch for the diamond twill vest that I'm planning to make. And I've been swatching, and I'm setting up with winding bolts for the yarn and everything, so I just need to cast that on actually. And this is a design by Nina Pomerenke. And I have also another swatch that I have made for the storm sweater by Petite Knit. So this is another yarn that I brought from Garnspecialisten in Denmark, and this is a light fingering weight of an Angora blend, Angora fiber blend. So I'm holding 2 strands together, and I was exactly on gauge with the little recommended in the pattern. So I think this will be a very nice drape for a storm sweater. And that I'm planning. I'm also doing some spinning. I have an Ashford e-spinner that I'm spinning some yarn on. And the latest thing or skein that I was spinning was this. So this was spinning fiber from Höner Eir that I brought a pretty long time ago, and I think it's the number 2 in the spinning fibers that was released this spring. So this is actually a colorway that is natural gray with specks and hints of green and purple and some yellows, and it's a pretty funny yarn actually it became. So yeah, so this is 100 grams and this is 100 grams left to spin. So I don't have a plan for this, but I wanted to see how it was spinning up, and I really liked the outcome. I have also made some sewing. I'm dyeing a lot of fabrics with the eco printing technique. The colors and the patterns of flowers, of leaves and plants, plant parts. So I have been making some project bags, and some of these I have already sold, so I'm gonna pack them for shipping tomorrow. So this little one is like a size for a sock, sock knitting, like a little sock bag, with some eco-printed fabrics with like walnut leaves and some flowers that I have been dyeing with. Very nice. And I use some leftover fabrics, and inside it is another fabric and some pockets. Very nice. And I can show you some more that I have been making. This is a little bit bigger one that is good for a sweater project or like a shawl project, and so it will fit yeah, at least like 600 grams skeins in one of these. So this one I have been eco printing as well, with some other leaves and some linen fabric. So this is some leaves. Very nice. And the last one I'm gonna show you is this one, that it's another pattern, another fabric paired with another linen fabric. So this is the same size as the last one that I showed, like a medium sweater quantity project pack. Yeah, so that's what I have been sewing. I'm on my way sewing a dress for myself, and it's the Odette dress from Veronica Tucker, or it's Veronica Tucker that made the pattern, and it's a very nice indie pattern. It's very hard to show like this, but it has some dramatically balloon sleeves and some nice yeah details. And this will have a detail that in the back it's gonna be like, it's a pretty deep back, in the back, so it needs to have these strings to connect it so it doesn't fall off the shoulders. But I have just put it together to try it on, so I need to do some modifications, and I need to hem it, but it's almost finished. So I really like this pattern. I can warmly recommend the patterns from Veronica Tucker. She had like a few patterns from before, maybe 5 in total or something like that. And I have brought another pattern from her that I also want to make. But it's very, very nice and clear patterns from that, yeah, I think a beginner can, to an advanced sewer can make this dress. So I'm actually gonna wear this on a wedding for next weekend. Then we're going on a friend's wedding, and I'm gonna wear this dress. But I'm gonna finish it up, and I will try to make some footage of it, how it looks on, so you can see. But I really like this nice green, olive green linen fabric, and you can tell that I like the linen. materials. I try to use as much as possible like wool and linen and like more nature clothes materials that I think will last long. It's easy to mend, it's easy to take care of, and it will just be nicer for every time we need to clean it. Or this is a pre-washed washed fabric, but it's so soft and nice to the touch, and yeah, I like it very much. And the fabric I brought from a Swedish company is called Corps, and I think you can look for Ravencraft or something like that. Yeah, I need to put a link for it. So it's like a pre-washed linen fabric that is like this olive green. The last thing that I've been sewing is some small pouches with lavender. So I really like the smell of lavender, and I think it's nice, like a room scent, or to packing with your clothes in your wardrobe, or with your woolly things to keep the moths away. And yeah, it's very nice. So this is like the eco-printed fabrics that I've been using, so different kinds of fabrics. And for the back I'm using some scraps, linen scraps, and yeah, some scraps from making the bags for the back side. And very nice little collection. I have more of those, but I couldn't bring all of them, so this is just a sample of them. And then on to some acquisitions. So I purchased a little bit of yarn, and Höner Eir have a shop update with the Nutiden yarn, and this is from the August collection. So these colorways that I brought, so I have already started on the masculine yellow one for the Heirloom quilt cardigan. So this I have only a little ball of. And then we have this very nice brown gray one that is linärva, and it's like a flax brown color, very nice neutral. And I also have this one, so this is 2 negatives equals 1 positive, and it's also like a brownish gray with some rust, and they're pretty close to each other, but I have a sweater quantity of each of these, so they will be something. I don't buy so much yarn with intention when it comes to Nutiden. If I like a colorway, I will buy 500 grams, and so it will be more than a sweater quantity. Yeah, that's how it is. And if it's like a color that I like, but I want to have a garment, maybe I will I will buy maybe one plate, or like 100 grams or 300 gram plate for that. And I also have some yarn here that I want to show you. So I have also brought some yarn from Woollentwine Fiber Studio, and this is her new base that is called Linen DK. So it's 25% naturally unbleached linen and 75% blue-faced Leicester. So and this one is like 50 gram skeins, and I think she said that they are she's only dyeing with natural dyeing, and I think she said that this colorway that is called like seagrass, yeah, is dyed with indigo and some dyers chamomile, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. That's what she said. And I also brought these golden ones, and that is called Golden Hour, and is the BFL Masham DK base. So it's the same base that I was making my field day cardigan. So, and I really like that kind of material. It's rustic, but it's very soft in touch and to the skin, for my skin, but it's still a little bit rustic, and I really like this color. I'm very into these colors right now, and that is like perfect honey color. So that was it for the textile part, and now on to some gardening and some harvesting things. But it's like something in between that I'm having here. There is a lamp that I have been remaking or upcycled. So this lamp have got a real makeover. So I brought this lamp secondhand, and it have a different look when we brought it. So it come without a lampshade, and it was like a nice ceramic foot, and one of our cats broke it, so I had to glue it together with hot glue. And then I have been making a new surface because it was all cracked up, so I have been using some clay that is air drying clay in this light gray whitish color. Then I also brought the lampshade, and then I have been adding a fabric that I also been eco printing. I've been doing a lot of foraging. I love August and the beginning of fall, autumn. I love everything about that, foraging and harvest. Like the harvest season is here, so I made some marigold salve from marigolds that have been that I have in my garden, and so it's nice rich yellow color, and I have a few of those, and this will save us for the for the winter, for the dry air in the winter. So it's very nice for the lips and for hands and for the whole body, and it's very nice gifts as well. So some marigold salve. And I made some jam. This jam is made from a wild growing berry. In Swedish we call it blå hallon. On Gotland we call it salmbär. And I don't know the English word for it, but if I can insert the name. And it have a very dark rich color, and it's lovely for jams. It's not that nice to eat right away. It's something between raspberries and blackberries. You can tell they're small like a wild raspberry, but they are dark, like more blue than a like more like a blueberry color, I would say. And they can almost look like dusty blue, like a blue-gray color. So I have made some jam from those, and it's very lovely. And we also have a lot of honey from our bees, So this is Rini honey from the bees that we collected last week. So, and we also make some non-liquid ones, that is more creamy ones, and they are getting lighter in color. So these have a very deep, rich, nice color. So that's what I was thinking about this yarn, and the honey color. And I'm showing some footage and everything about the bees and everything. And I can also show the flowers that I have here. I love little ceramic vases and pots. I'm collecting a lot of secondhand ceramic things, and this is very lovely, I guess. And I have put some flowers in it. I love to grow flowers, and this is some zinnias, and those are perfect for eco printing. And then I have some rudbeckia. I think it's called rudbeckia in English as well. And this is the colorway that is called Sahara. I don't remember the zinnias, but those are a little bit different ones. And very nice color combinations. And I'm really inspired by these colors right now, and rest of the year as well. But I really like these autumnal colors and things. So this is very nice. And I have some a picture here of a mushroom, because we went for some foraging for some mushrooms, and we're gonna do some foraging for mushrooms this afternoon as well. We really like to be out in the forest and harvesting what nature gave us. We are basically growing our own vegetables and potatoes and things like that. But this year I have a lot of flowers, and my passion is dahlias, the dahlia flowers, and they come in different shapes and variations, and I really like the aesthetics of those flowers. Very nice flower to have in a bouquet. I'm gonna show some footage on my flower lands and the flower beds that I have. I'm collecting bouquets every week to have all over the house. I really like to have some sweet peas in the bathroom, and it's very nice to be surrounded by nice flowers, and you can just go out in the garden to collect them. That is very nice. I really like that. So I think this is it for this episode. So let me know what you think about this new concept, and if you'd like to hear a little bit more of what I'm doing, not only the crafting, but yeah, it's kind of a craft as well, to be cooking and to gardening and things like that. So I want to make a little bit more wholesome, like have a little bit of everything in this podcast, and to show you how it is to live in this small farm on Gotland, the island life and everything like that. So thank you for sticking around until now, and I hope it will be another episode like this, but with other content. And I hope you want to come along on this journey with me. So please subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment. I will be super happy for that support from you. So thank you for watching, and we will see you in maybe a month or so. So bye!